A 23-year-old, you heard that right, will become the next mayor of Bogalusa. Tyrin Troung started his campaign because he just didn't like what he was seeing in the city.
Now he's positioned to do something about it. Mike McDaniel joining us now after speaking with the mayor-elect that it is quite impressive.
Yeah, he's excited. When I caught up with the mayor-elect a little earlier today, he said he was still letting this all sink in, really processing this victory here, and that his phone, it's constantly ringing and pushing all the notifications. He's a young soon-to-be mayor who says he's determined to make change.
And shared our post. It took all of us to get here. This is our win tonight.
It was a speech Bogalusa Mayor-elect Tyrin Troung wasn't sure he'd give Tuesday night.
Everybody kept saying it's going to be a runoff, it's going to be a runoff, so I prepared 2 speeches just in case.
When the numbers came in, it was the victory speech the 23-year-old used to thank supporters after a campaign he says was tough and often met with skepticism.
You always have to meet with community leaders. That's the first thing that you do as somebody who's running for office, and more than one laughed at me in my face when I said that I was running for mayor.
Truong says he's the youngest person to be elected mayor in Bogalusa and the second youngest statewide. He says his age doesn't weaken his ability.
I have experience working with people who differ in opinion. That's all of us. We all do. I think it's just a difference in how you handle it.
As student body president of Washington University in St. Louis, Truong decided to run for mayor after seeing people back home complain about quality of life, including crime, lack of youth programs, and struggling businesses. Those complaints are now priorities.
I just wanted to come home and make a difference, use my skill set to bring more to the table.
Voters made it possible. According to the Washington Parish Registrar of Voters Office, there are just more than 6,600 registered voters in Bogalusa. Just more than 3,100 of them voted. Truong picked up 56% of that, beating out 2 other candidates, including 8-year incumbent Wendy Perrette.
I am disappointed in the results, of course, but it's obvious that God has a different plan for me, and I'm at peace with that.
In a concession statement on election night, Perrette questioned whether Truong has the skill set to lead and unite the city, but is hopeful he will.
I would like for this to be a smooth transition. It's best for all of our citizens.
Truong knows there are challenges ahead, especially with the city's recent spike in crime. He wants his election to be a turning point.
I think that the only way to improve Bogalusa was to take our city in a new direction with new leadership.
Truong currently works in policy at the Urban League of Louisiana. That's a nonprofit in New Orleans. He will then transition to Bogalusa City Hall at the beginning of the year when he is sworn in. Charisse?
All right.